Welcome back to this Cash Control 360 Explainer. Okay, let's dive into this, because today we're tackling something that sits incredibly heavily on so many of us, paying off debt, and more importantly, paying it off fast. Debt can feel, well, just incredibly heavy. It's a simple sentence, but man, is it true. Every single month you have money coming in, but almost immediately, poof, payments, interest, and bills just snatch it right away. It's stressful, it's draining, and it is endlessly frustrating. Now, a really quick note before we get into the strategies. This explainer is strictly educational content, okay? It's not financial advice. But we are going to look at a highly effective, proven way people are absolutely taking their financial power back. So when you've got multiple debts, maybe a credit card over here, a car loan there, some personal loans, it can feel incredibly confusing. You sit down at the kitchen table with all those statements staring back at you, and you ask yourself, where do I even start? Honestly, it feels like you're fighting a battle on 5 different fronts at the exact same time. Well, today we are going to break down a real hero solution to this exact problem to finally get you unstuck. The solution is actually surprisingly simple. It's called the Snowball Method. Basically, it's a straightforward debt payoff strategy where you focus literally all your extra money on paying off your absolute smallest debt first, while making just the standard minimum payments on all the rest of them. Think of the metaphor here for a second. A tiny snowball rolling down a steep hill. At first, it's pretty small, but as it rolls, it gathers more snow, building massive size and strength over time. Your debt payments are going to do the exact same thing. So the crucial point is understanding these 5 exact steps. Let's walk through them together. Step 1, list all your debts. Just write down everything: the total balance, the minimum payment, and the interest rate. You've got to get a clear picture. Step 2, arrange them strictly from the smallest balance to the largest balance. Notice we aren't starting with the highest interest rate here. We're starting with the smallest total balance. Step 3 is absolutely vital. Pay the minimum payments on all of your debts to avoid those nasty late fees and protect your credit score. Step 4, put literally any extra money you have toward that smallest debt at the very top of your list. The exact dollar amount isn't actually what matters here. Maybe it's $25, maybe it's $100. Building the habit is the main point. And finally, step 5, once that smallest debt is entirely gone, roll the exact money you were paying on it directly into the next smallest debt. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly how this works in practice. Let's say we have 4 debts lined up by balance: a $300 credit card, a $900 store card, a $2,500 loan, and a $5,000 car loan. So you pay the minimums on all 4. But you absolutely attack that $300 credit card with every extra dollar you can find. Once that $300 balance hits 0, boom, you take whatever payment you were making on it and you add it to the minimum payment of the $900 store card. When the store card is gone, you roll all of that freed up cash into the $2,500 loan. See how that works? Step by step, the debts start disappearing and your monthly payments become bigger and way stronger. Now, you might be wondering, is the snowball method always mathematically perfect? Well, not always. Let's look at this comparison. There's another strategy out there called the avalanche method, which focuses on knocking out the highest interest rate first. Mathematically speaking, sure, the avalanche method can save you more money on interest, but the snowball method works beautifully for people who need motivation and quick wins. Why? Because money is not only math, money is heavily about behavior. Paying off a small debt quickly gives you a massive rush of motivation. You actually feel the progress, and that progress is exactly what keeps you going when things get tough. Let's move to our next strategy and see how this builds when we really want to speed things up. Our source material gives us some fantastic, practical ways to throw even more cash at that smallest debt. You could cut just one unnecessary expense a month. You could sell some items around the house you just don't use anymore. You could pick up extra income from overtime or maybe a side job. You can pause that unnecessary shopping for a bit, or use your tax refunds and bonuses wisely instead of just spending them. The whole idea is that every single bit of that extra money goes straight to your smallest debt. But please, listen to this warning because it is an absolute trap. It's literally like trying to empty a bucket while water just keeps pouring in. What are we talking about here? We are talking about creating new debt on the exact same credit cards you are actively trying to pay off. You have got to avoid creating new debt while doing this. I mean, you cannot empty the bucket if you don't stop the leak first, right? Look, debt freedom doesn't happen overnight. It just doesn't. But every single payment moves you closer to the finish line. This is the core philosophy. One win creates momentum, and momentum, that is what changes your financial life. The snowball method really is that simple. List them out, order them smallest to largest, pay the minimums, attack the smallest, and repeat the whole shebang until every single debt is completely gone. If this explainer helped you out, make sure to follow Cash Control 360 for more simple money tips to save, invest, and really grow your wealth. I want to leave you with one final, direct question to think about. Which small debt will you crush today? Don't wait around for tomorrow. Grab a piece of paper right now, write down those balances, and get your snowball rolling. Thanks so much for learning with us, and we'll see you on the next explainer.